On a windswept afternoon, Western Australia, 1990. A meeting took place between club stalwart Jeff Costello and Johnny Pitcher. The result was the birth of what we now know as the Joondalup Giants Rugby League Club. Talks over a few beers in a pub in Sorrento developed in the club entering the West Australian Rugby League competition, and it was decided that Admiral Reserve would become the home of Joondalup Giants Rugby League. They say behind every club are its people. People who come together during footy season and give all they can for the common goal of wearing the maroon and gold with all the pride they can muster. The players, the wives, the boys and girls and the die-hard supporters, the staff and the coaches. This is a Giant story.
Way back in 1990, a fellow by the name of Johnny Pitcher turned up at the front door and he said he wanted to be interested in forming a rugby league club.
One of the best mates from school, Matt McDonald, his stepdad was a pretty mad key Manly supporter, and he never played himself, and I'd come from Sydney, I was about 10 or 11, and there was no club sort of all that close to Heathridge, so basically they gave up for a couple of years, and then when the Giants started, Admiral was only just up the road, so my mate dragged me along, and it's been some of the best 25 years of my life playing for the Giants ever since.
Do you want to come give rugby league a crack? And I did. I think, and that was it. Like, I sort of had issues because I was a little bit skinny back at the time. I don't think I'm that much bigger now. But after a couple of years of it, I never looked back. I loved it. Just absolutely loved it. Being 60 kilos or 58 kilos soaking wet and chopping down some big 140 kilo bloke they call Angel, and not that I chopped him very well. I think I just fell into him and he fell over, but gives you the passion pretty damn quick.
I started playing with the under-12s the first year Giants started. I think Dad took my brother down to register him, and Dad ended up becoming the coach of the under-12s, and they were short quite a few players, so I ended up being one of the first girls to play for the footy club.
Yeah, I was pretty much born into it. The old man and mum started the club off. I remember very vaguely back, it must have been 91, the first sign-up day. Me and Scott Keith were the first players to sign up. I'm pretty sure it was at Craig High School at the time. Yeah, that's how we got into it, and haven't looked back since. Loved every minute I've been here.
My first involvement with the Joondalup Rugby League Club was as a parent, coaching my son Adam in the under-12s, and I was very fortunate that group of boys had young guys at the time by the name of Daniel Snedden, Adam Petula, Michael Hone, and they were a very, very good group of young footballers, and a lot of those guys now, a lot of those names now are household names in Joondalup and are current members of the first grade side. So it certainly gives me a lot of satisfaction, I suppose, as a coach, to watch those young boys develop.
I went to the third grade grand final in 2005. That was pretty good fun. Just all the guys you play with, I suppose. It's just the week-to-week stuff.
Hey, great club, eh? So love playing for them, and so yeah, a bunch of really family over here. So for the club, everyone looks after each other, and yeah, a good bunch of boys. And hopefully we can get a few more wins on the belt and get through the grand final and get a win there. Thanks, mate.
Well, I mean, the Giants, something about the club that it's hard to describe, Jai. You know, we haven't been as not as competitive as the likes of North Beach and South Perth, and you know, we must have tried on the field to turn that around, but some of the off-field antics have, they're up there with the best, and the friends I've met throughout the years of the Giants, there's been that many, and in every couple of years you always meet some new friends that you enjoy spending time with and playing footy with and drinking with. So it's just a special place, really. Even though we've gone a long time without any club rooms, but I think that sort of helped build a bit of spirit with the Giants. And there's that core group of people that have been there since the start. Those guys are real special to me. And basically anyone else that's come along and played, there's not too many bad blokes that have ever played for the Giants.
Thanks for changing the canteen.
I'm sure with this lot, there'll be plenty more. Maybe whoever stopped working away might be able to get back and coach the kids, but it's been a good 13 to 14 years that we've been with them now. We definitely wouldn't be approaching any other club. We'll be staying with the Giants forever.
I think we're growing, and we're growing bigger numbers, a lot of respect, a lot of families. It's only going to get better.
Really key characters. Jeff and Kerry, without a doubt, have contributed over and above what you'd expect, people to do. And even today, when I see them in game days, Kerry's a timekeeper and Jeff just doing whatever he can. I take my hat off to those people. It's just a credit. Johnsy is another one. I guess, when I look back and people ask me about some of the characters that were involved in the club, and
Well, that's virtually how it all started up. We ended up going to Admiral Reserve, is where we are still now. It's 25 years ago. And we had transportables for showers. We used to have to put a Hessian fence up, and some days it'd be blowing a gale, 30 k's an hour. But all in all, it was a great start. The players there, a great group of blokes like Juno and Tahi and Hector George and all those sorts of guys. Great bunch of guys, been with us for a long time. Had a few other guys. Pom, he was another character. Many a time used to go to training, and Pom, he'd roll up late his own way, and when we're going to have a beer, that sort of thing, and come in game day, few games on a Saturday morning, rock up, where's Pom? And all of a sudden you see this rustling in the bush, and out comes Pom. Obviously had a bit of a heavy night the night before, but that was Pom. He enjoyed himself.
you don't need 13 good players, you need about 39 good players. You need that depth. I still say to today, you're only as good as the people that are available. And they had the three Hutton boys on that side, and I guess to be able to coach three brothers, Russell Lord, Jared Miller. So there's a fairly Corin Ridding, Tony Merrick, Brock McDonald, Dwayne Hutchinson, Michael Quirk. Very star-studded side, and another guy that certainly went under the radar, but I still think is probably one of the best footballers and certainly a great bloke was Rodney Peard. Rodney certainly didn't want any of the accolades that some of the blokes wanted, but certainly was great to coach and always gave 180%.
Mate, yeah, 50 kilos ring him a little wet, but he'll call the biggest guy out. He'll bait him. He'll just go after him, and he'll want him to run at him. So then he'll just run at him once and belt him. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I've never seen anyone like it, and I probably never will again. It's inspiring to see him play. It's inspiring when I was playing with him. He's just one of those guys that's just got to get up and do something to make the team better. When things aren't going well, he's the one that makes something happen for us. So yeah, he's definitely the one that about to beat his way for sure.
Caleb Reedy, he won the Canallan medal, which is a great achievement for us and for him. And I think it was back in 2000, I think Tony Merrick won the Canallan too. So those two good players. Back in the day, I really wouldn't point anyone out, they're all good. I'd give a mention to young Dave Huber. He started right from under 14s or 15s, and he's played virtually all the way through first grade. So many a time in first grade, had a run with the Reds. So yeah, I'd say Dave, he'd go pretty well. What could do? It's been my life. Football is my life. So yeah, no, I would be very bored, I think. But all in all, I'm glad that we started it up and we're still going.